Okay, I'm going to make a whole different video about the end-to-end protocol, NetClaw2Netclaw, but let's watch it actually in action, all right? So this is real. None of this is staged. Earlier in the VibeOps forum, I asked in the Multis room, NetClaw, can you try end-to-end with Nicholas Calcuti, who's helping me develop this, and ask what CML labs he has. So my NetClaw reached out over the internet through the tunnel that it has using the network, the end-to-end protocol, NetClaw2Netclaw protocol, and his NetClaw used his local CML MCP and passed back the answer through the protocol to me. So he has one lab that started with 2 nodes. And he proved it. This is that lab with the 2 nodes, the same name and the 2 nodes. So let's do this live here. I'm going to say NetClaw, can you take John's CML NetClaw topology lab and recreate it in Nicholas's CML via end-to-end. Nicholas, let's just ask that we both approve, but you can check with him if you need approvals. Recreate all nodes and configurations. Enter. Oh, and Byrne, he's joined the claw. So I want to show you the visual here, by the way. So this is the HUD, and you can see there's Nicholas's NetClaw. And you can see that we're federated here over end to end. And we have the inventory date and timestamp, all of his skills, and all of his MCPs in a list here, as well as the ability for me to NetClaw and any networking adjacencies that we might have. Pretty cool, right? Now, Byrne also just joined. I call him Bryn. I always do that. And it's right here is his NetClaw. So we have a mesh of 3 NetClaws, and they are paired together on their side. So we have 2 NetClaws in flight here. We're going to see if we can take my CML topology, which looks like this, all right, and see if we can recreate it over NetClaw2Netclaw. I'm going to check in on the direct messages here real quick. Make sure you guys exchange so we have a full mesh. All right, so I'm just reminding them to exchange their peer with each other. Okay, so here we go. This is a bigger task. Read John's local CML topology, then have Nick's NetClaw recreated in CML via end-to-end. First, let me pull the topology details from my local CML, then gather the node configs. I'll start getting the lab structure. First, let me get John's NetClaw full topo lab details from the local CML. I've got the full topo and all node configs. Now I need to link the topology to know how the nodes interconnect. Let me pull the links with interface details. I have everything I need, the complete topology. Now let me build a clean self-contained topology spec, hand it to Nick's claw over end to end to recreate it in his CML. Let me assemble the full spec into a structured brief for Nick's claw. I'll write it to a file first, then pass it cleanly via end-to-end chat. Holy cow. All right, let's see what's going on here. I have the full spec. John and Nick both approve. John and Nick said yes. Now I'll send it to next NetClaw over end-to-end and ask it to build the topology in CML. This is a large payload, so I'll send the spec content into the chat message. Let me read it back and pass it. Now send this to NetClaw over end-to-end with instructions to build it. Both operators approved. I'll post the status update to the channel first, then fire the end-to-end chat. He says he'll let me know when we see it. So he's going to let me know, Nick, on his end when he sees the new lab on his side. Connection drop mid-sentence. The payload is large. Likely hit a timeout. Oh, come on. All right. Despite the drop connection. And here's another reply. Pulled John's full. Send it to Nick's. Heads up, it dropped. Connections payload's big. Checking whether the build actually kicked off before the drop, then I'll retry. Okay. Let me retry with a smaller kickoff message. Test how it had to how to build the lab. Reference that. Still dropping, even with the smaller payload. All right, so it's not fully worked out. We're dropping. We keep getting connection lost here. Nick's still federated and healthy. It bumped, meaning his claw is alive and active. So it's gonna come back and let us decide on the fix. Okay, I'm back, and because it was a timeout thing, Nick looked in his logs and it did come in. So hang on. Try it again. And NetClaw's trying it again. John's stage build request came in cleanly. Stage 1 of the topology is well formed. Ran one shell command. It's running now. He might have a slow agent. That's okay. And in the background, I'm working on making this asynchronous. So that's not going to be a problem anymore. These timeouts is just growing pains, starting with synchronous functions. Once I make it asynchronous, these timeouts won't happen. It'll send the request over, and then that'll be it. It'll get done on that side. If it does work, we can capture it, delete it, and try async. So I don't know if Nick maybe sees it already on his side, so. Come on. Look at, there it is. It's the same thing. There's the out-of-band switch, the two routers, the two switches, the 4 PCs. NetClaw2Netclaw. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. So we think the CML thing works. It's currently being processed by our gateway agent. I'll let you know the moment a reply comes back or the chat file updates. Then it started a broken command here. That is so cool, right? So just to show you again, this network topology was recreated in Nick's CML. On the others, who knows where he is in the world? He's not near me. He's not on my local network. And it recreated it over the NetClaw2Netclaw protocols. Let's see what Multi has to say here. NetClaw, it's built, and it's seeing the image here. And let me give it the fireworks. We just asked my NetClaw to recreate one of my CMLs in Nicholas's CML over end-to-end, and it worked. Look at this, it's just crazy. I just want to see what NetClaw comes back with here. It is going to take a minute or two. And there it is again, the topology. It's alive. It's alive. So recreating topologies over NetClaw2Netclaw. All right, stay tuned. Much more to come. I'm going to make it asynchronous, and we're going to see if we can iron out some of the bugs. Just another quick follow-up here. We actually asked NetClaw here. I said, I think it worked. Nick put in his image. Let me verify. I'll ask Nick's claw over end-to-end to confirm what actually landed. It worked. Nick's claw confirmed the full lab built cleanly over end-to-end. Let me report this win to the channel. And I think if I go in here, it reported it to the channel. It worked. Verify read-only against CML over end-to-end. It fully exists. All the nodes, all the links. Everything's defined, but not booted. Want me to have NetClaw start the lab? NetClaw, yes, go ahead and start the lab, please. Cool, cool, cool. So yes, go ahead and start the lab, please. Again, my agent talking to Nick's agent, talking to MCPs on his end. We just transferred and recreated a CML over NetClaw2Netclaw. This new protocol that we've been working on for a couple of days now. I just want to see, right, if it is, can it start the lab? Let's kind of go from there. And we're building some async fixes here for this process. Should have been asynchronous to begin with, as that was an oversight on my perspective, instead of waiting for long-lived processes, because some of these are long-lived processes. Right, start the lab is going to be a couple requests and then some polling, and that takes time. Transferring an entire lab is going to take longer than the 200 seconds or 120 seconds or whatever. These things naturally time out. So it should all be async, and it will all be async after this next spec round. And then Byrne has some fixes he's going to send me, where if Olama's running with a model locally, my NetClaw can tell the other NetClaw to pass it off to the Olama, or they're going to exchange what model they're using for timeout values and stuff when they handshake. So he's got a fix for me right at the protocol level where we're going to exchange the LLM that's being used. So let me just let this finish up here and see if it can start it. It's clawing away. Come on. Okay, confirm working. The lab was already started. All 4 testbed devices are booted and responding on added band. Router 1, router 2, switch 1, switch 2. They all have the right IPs. They're all booted. They've got the right VLANs. Quick PyTS reachability and OSPF adjacency to confirm the control plane converged. Huh. All right, so end-to-end is well on its way. We'll see you soon with more.